Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U movement. I am B. The sun is out. I'm delighted. It's been a hot minute. I recall the last time I saw the sun. I think Christmas Eve. I had a sparkly day that day, and I'm delighted to see it now. So a couple announcements just before I begin. Tomorrow's Spiritual Warriors Zoom meeting is going to be half an hour later than normally. So it's going to be at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have an appointment with the lovely Craig Holiday, which I'm quite excited about. I shall see what comes of that. I'm anticipating some triggering and some insightful work for me to do after the fact. So those that are on the meeting might get to hear a little bit about that. If you would like the link to the Spiritual Warriors Support Group meeting, then please email me, justbeing@gmail.com. That's JUST, the letter B, and the word being, BEING, @gmail.com. And I will send off the link for you. If you are looking to book an appointment with me, that's the same email to book. I had an amazing appointment this morning. I love seeing clients. I really do. Because I get as much out of the meeting sometimes as I'm channeling insights, and it's very opening an experience for both of us. So if you would like to book a one-on-one with me, please reach out and let's get something on the books. I am taking advantage of the sunshine that is out for my bliss practice. Those of you who've been following me perhaps know about my ABLE program. And I'm going to keep plugging this because I'm getting back into it. You know, I feel like my awakening was hijacked. It was all going along really well. And then it went like really crazy for a period of time there, really dark. So back in the beginning, when I was doing my spiritual awakening before my Kundalini, it was all about the ABLE. All about ABLE. Achieve something every single day. Not a huge thing. It's not about taking over the world. It's not about climbing Mount Olympus. It's about hacking your brain chemistry and giving yourself a shot at dopamine, because we're all depleted in the dopamine on an awakening. So wash your dishes. That's it. Empty a drawer. You know, one thing. Just do one small thing in your house, even if that's all you can do. Seriously. Reorganize your sock drawer. Whatever. Because every time you plug away, if you do something every single day for 35 days, you'd be amazed at like the differences you can make in your life. And it doesn't just need to be in your physical realm, you know. Maybe it's purging your inbox or something like that. Just do one thing. Accomplish one thing, because it sends a message to your brain that, hey, I'm accomplishing something. Because on this awakening, you feel like you're accomplishing nothing. Like absolutely nothing. And so this is a way to give a small little morsel of food to the ego. B for bliss. Every single day, do something that's going to give you a little bit of like oxytocin, another brain chemical in your brain. Something that's going to cultivate a little bit of joy. I haven't had joy in my life in a very fucking long time. I'll just be honest with you. And it's easy to just get into spiritual practice all the time and be in the shadows. You know, it's kind of my comfort zone now. So I have to practice. It's a practice at doing things that is going to elevate the energies, okay, inside of us. So B is for bliss. I got myself modeling clay to let my inner child play. The sunshine to me is always bliss. Get out in nature is kind of blissful. You know, I'm walking on a nice, beautiful trail. That's bliss. That's actually 2 in 1. That's like 2 birds, 1 stone. But I'll get to that. L, love. Love the fuck out of yourself. Love all of yourself. That means all the shadow that comes up. All the inside stuff that you're like, oh, I shouldn't feel like this. Oh, I shouldn't be complaining. Oh, I should be accomplishing more. Oh, I'm such a loser. You know, whatever. Even if it's like, if you're hearing I'm such a loser, okay, then have a nice little conversation with the part of you that you call loser and say, hey, loser, let's talk. Let's have a combo. You know, let's hang out together. Let's spend the day together. I'm going to just love on you. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to shame myself for feeling like a loser. There is something inside of me that is a loser. And there's something inside of everybody that's a loser. You know, we can't be winners all the time. So learn how to lose gracefully by being with your loser. And this is hard work. This is why it's called shadow work and it's the work of warriors, is when we like sit with our shadow, the shadow aspects of self. So in the last little while, I've been sitting with the like aspects of me that is disliked, unlovable. Not definitely loser has come up in the last little while. As you know, I'm a failure. Failures come around for a visit. My victim has been alive and well. And instead of victimizing my victim, I've embraced and loved my victim and said, you know what, victim? You were actually victimized. It was that bad. It did hurt. And you're totally allowed to feel the way you feel. So yes, don't re-victimize your victim by shoving it into shadow. We bring it all into the light. That's where we get things transmuted. So listen to that little voice in your head that's putting you down and say, okay, I hear we're going to have a conversation today. Really, at the end of the day, it just wants to be heard. Just wants to be acknowledged. Like a little kid. Mom, I had a bad day at school and so-and-so called me in my name. Am I fat? Oh, okay, let's sit down and like talk about this. The inside part of self that thinks it's fat. Have a conversation. What would you say to a child? Well, say that to yourself. Love the fuck out of yourself. That also includes feeding yourself the most nutritious foods. I'm going to keep repeating that over and over and over. The best act of love that you can do is to feed yourself nutrition. Your ego convinces you that it's loving to take that pizza. I deserve it. I had a rough day. But is it? If it's clogging up your arteries and, you know, it's giving you diabetes or, you know, if it's sugar, is it loving? Is it loving to give yourself sugar? Is it loving to make yourself sick? Is it loving to be obese? No, it's not. But when you pick up the green salad, I'm not a big green salad eater, but I do like my seaweed salads because seaweed's jam-packed with nutrients. Or my spiritual warrior smoothie, jam-packed with nutrients. So that's loving. I'm loving the fuck out of myself when I give my body nutrients as opposed to comfort eating. Comfort eating isn't actually loving. It's subduing the inner aspect of self that needs love and soothing. So instead of shoving food in your face, give yourself love and soothing. The more you give yourself love and soothing, you need to like shut that child up. Because that's what we do to our children. Here, have a bottle. Here, have a pacifier. Here, have a sucker. Here, have some candy. Here, have a cookie. Go away. Right? So instead of shoving food in your face and saying, hey, go away, stop complaining, stop talking, say, here, have some seaweed salad and sit down and here's some good nutrition that's going to give you everything you need to get healthy and strong. E is exercise. Not just any exercise, exercising in alignment. Posture. That spine has to be healthy. If your spine's not healthy, then you're not healthy. End of. It's gonna prolong and delay your awakening if your spine is out of alignment. If you want alignment, you need to be in physical alignment. So yes, I'm out walking in alignment on this lovely rail trail and getting my sunshine. So that's bliss and walking all at the same time. 2 birds, 1 stone. That's awesome. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to do my yin yoga to stretch and expand. And I'm telling and reminding you of all this because we have entered a new energy and I dig it. Even though it's still shadowy. Like last night was dark, man. It was dark. That was a difficult night. But I asked myself this question this morning. Yeah, but did you die? And the answer to that question is no. It's a resounding no. Look at me. I am so not dead at the present moment. I'm so alive. And ego death is going to fuck with us over and over and over again. And we're going to face dying and death before dying over and over and over again as all kinds of beliefs, attitudes, past life experiences come back up out of the shadows and into our consciousness to teach us the lesson of, yeah, but did you die? And no, you didn't. You, right now, if you are watching my video, I'm here to tell you, you have 100% success rate at being alive. That's a really good percentile. Like, that's the top percent. You can't get better than that. Can't get better than that. But you're going to say to me, yeah, but I don't have a huge career. I'm not in purpose. I don't have a nice house to live in. I don't have divine partnership. Where's my divine union? Where's all these things I'm supposed to accomplish? And that's ego. And that's why ego is still dying. Still dying. Because the mission is to just aliving. It's just to be alive. That's it. That's all. That's where I've lowered the bar to. Ego would like to climb the hierarchy of success, this mythical ladder, and get all those things that 3D world would like me to have so that I can say that I've had a successful life. Well, I don't have a lot of those things. And I'm still alive. So if the actual bar of a successful life is just being alive, then I've got 100%. Mission accomplished. God did not say, go down and only experience blissful shit. That's not what God said. That's not what the mission was. God said, go down and stay alive in this crazy escape room. It's come up into conversation multiple times, both in group and with clients lately, about my theory of the GEA. What is the GEA? The GEA is God's enforcement agency. At least that's what I'm calling it. So, on a soul level, we all sat around, you and me, up there in the ether, and we were having a really wicked party. We were partying like it was 1999. And in this wicked party, God said, okay, I need a team, a crew. I need a crew to go down to this planet Earth and help these people move through the age of Aquarius, move through into the age of Aquarius from the age of Pisces. It's not going to be an easy mission. It's not going to be an easy mission. I need you to go deeply undercover. So that's the GEA, God's enforcement agency. Just like the DEA, we were all agents that went down and decided that we were going to go so undercover. In fact, we were so undercover that we ourselves became brainwashed into believing that that was who we were. Who we were was those people. So just like, you know, an agent from the DEA goes undercover into like gangs and traffickers and stuff like that, and he's like, no, I'm part of the gang, man. Yeah, I'm a rough and tumble guy. Yeah, give me some of that. Yeah. So you get so embroiled with being deeply undercover that you forget that you're actually an agent of God. And so you've been in this position of undercover, sent to the darkest shadowy places with really some like consciously cruel people. And you've been an observer, so you have, for God, your whole life, looking at everybody going, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, seriously, what planet am I on? What is happening? But the job in your deeply uncovered state was just gather intel. So for the last for me, 53 years, I've been gathering intel on everyone and everywhere. I kind of also equate it to being like an anthropologist who goes and sits in his little white tent making notes about the tribal people, right? They do this and they do that, and I don't know why they're doing this, and I don't know why they're making a report. So we haven't been taking notes because we've been making a report in our mind. All the memories are stored in our body, and we've been recording and reporting back to God. Man, the people down here be whack. They be doing all kinds of crazy things. Very abusive, very addictive, very like traumatizing. And so God's been like, okay, thanks. Keep uploading. Every tear is an upload to the cloud. and we've been sending back all this information through our emotions. Because like, hey, this didn't feel good. Hey, that didn't feel good. Didn't like this. So we've been deeply undercover, reporting back information, forgetting that we're undercover. And then our awakening began, which was our extraction out of the gangs, the traffickers, the whatever situation you're in, the narcissistic households. We got extracted out. So relationship all fell apart around us. All the toxic people that were in our lives got removed, and we got put into debriefing. So this awakening process thus far has been the debriefing or the unbecoming. We've been unbecoming those undercover people that we thought we were. And that's the small little version of self that we thought we were. I just thought that I was this, I'll just work at Home Depot and have a holiday once a year and stay married to this horrible human. No. We're pulling you up out of that. And now we've begun the debriefing, and the brainwashing has to be countered. So when an agent that has been deeply undercover in the DEA gets extracted and brought home to wherever they go, they begin a very extensive process of deprogramming. You know, it's like being extracted from a cult. And that takes time. That takes work. And that takes a lot of ego death, because everything we thought we were, we weren't. And we're like, what? Like, but if I'm not that, then who am I? And if I'm not that, then who am I? You mean I'm not a bad person? You mean I didn't deserve that? You mean like I'm bigger than this? Well, who am I? What am I? And it's an overwhelming process. So we've been unbecoming. For me, that's since 2019. That's a lot of years to unbecome. Some of us had more unbecoming work to do than others because we were deeply embedded into like some pretty like dark scenarios, and some pretty shitty shit happened. So, you know, that's where we seek counsel through trauma counseling and somatic work and spiritual guidance and stuff like that. So we can unbecome everything we ever thought we were. And ooh, just saw a blue jay. That's a good omen. This year, we're transitioning from the year of the snake, which is shedding the old. Last year, we were in a 9 year, which is an end, closing of cycles, closing off of things. We were in Pluto in retrograde last year, which is life and birth cycles. We were Saturn in retrograde, which was paying off karmic debts. Because listen, some of us accumulated some karma debts when we didn't know we were deeply undercover. And the GEA, we didn't know we were GEA. We thought we were these bad people. So we did some bad things. We did. We absolutely did. We drank the booze that we shouldn't have drank. We partied hard. We had sex with all kinds of inappropriate people. We developed all kinds of weird coping strategies so that we could fit into the communities that we were in. And that's not a bad thing. That's how we learn forgiveness. We learn compassion. We learn self-love for ourselves as we learn who the fuck we are. So we don't know who the fuck we are right at the present moment in time. We've been extracted. We've been going through debriefing and deprogramming and reprogramming and doing all this work. But now we're moving into new energies. We're moving into the year of the horse. Okay, so all galloping forward. What kind of horse? We don't know yet. Is it a Mustang? A wild Mustang? Perhaps you're like me, a wild Mustang. And the year of the horse starts the end of February. We've still got a couple more planets in retrograde. And come the spring, we can feel it's close. We can feel it's on the horizon energetically. And we're like, okay, now we're going to start becoming. So at the present moment in time, we're nothing. We're zero. We're an empty vessel. Because we needed to be all emptied out before the new could be put back in. Like a caterpillar becomes goo. I've said this many times. In the cocoon, a caterpillar goes in. I'm a caterpillar. I've been hanging out with the caterpillar people. And now I'm melting. It's brutal. It's a brutal process. Somebody said to me the other day that only 5% of caterpillars turn into butterflies. Because the process of transformation is absolutely brutal. And so I'm here doing my channel so that I can raise that percentage. I don't want to lose 95% of my caterpillar people. I want as many caterpillar people to make it through to become the butterflies that you're meant to be. But the process of dissolving and ego death convinces you that this is it. You're doomed. You're dying. But you're not dying. You're actually not dying. You're dissolving. Your ego is dissolving. And so in those moments of confusion and feeling like you're dying, we need to remind ourselves, yeah, but did I die? I can remember many times lying in my bed in the old house, convinced I was going to die. Like I wrote a letter to my son at one point, as a goodbye letter, with the instructions of where my will was located and what to do with my body. Because I was convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was not going to survive those next 12 hours. But I wasn't going to act on anything. I wasn't going to do anything. I just decided to lie myself down and let myself die. If this is what God wanted from me, then it's my time to be extracted out of the human realm. Then that's okay. I'm just going to lie here. So I had all my paperwork right at the foot of my bed, waiting for my son to come in the room and find me. I don't know, after a week, and I started to smell. Or the cat started meowing because it hadn't been fed, you know. And in the morning, after 12 hours of just staring at a ceiling fan, it kind of felt like a scene from like Apocalypse Now, where I was hearing the ceiling fan, like a helicopter. And I didn't die. I didn't die, because that's just it. We're not actually dying, even though it feels like that, even though our mind is convinced that we are. And so when I got up and I was like, okay, wow, I didn't die. I'm still alive. The question, but did you die? No, I'm still alive. So I'm still doing what it is, whatever God needs me to do in being just alive and just being alive. So this year, and we're on the precipice between dissolving and reforming. We're not reformed yet. We're goo. We're liquid goo. And this is when cells begin to start to come together and reform. And that process is equally as difficult as the dissolving process, because now it's what's being demanded of us is to step outside of our comfort zones and start becoming who we actually are. Our soul's essence. Step into our soul's purpose. And our soul, 9 times out of 10, wants us to be and do things that are 100% counterintuitive to your ego's mission. Your ego's mission was to survive. Thank you, ego, for helping me stay alive. And what it chose to do to stay alive was all kinds of maladaptive shit. Mostly in staying small, in dismissing ourselves. I recently met a woman, and she was telling me that, you know, since her awakening began, she started singing songs. I'm like, oh, it's amazing that you're a songwriter. And she goes, oh, I'm not a songwriter. I go, but you write songs. And she goes, yeah, but I don't make any money out of it. And I'm like, that's not the definition of a songwriter. If you make songs, if you sing songs that you made up out of your brain, that makes you a songwriter. That's an act of becoming, right? But our ego's like, oh, no, I can't claim that. I can't claim that. Same with me. Are you a healer? Oh, no, I don't want to say that I'm a healer. My small self says, healing energy is just working through me. I don't want to step into my like ownership of something like that. That sounds too egoic. And so we have this fear of being in our power and of being in our wholeness, of being in our fullness. And so one of the ways that we survived was to minimize ourselves. We minimized ourselves by not claiming our gifts. I am a healer. That's one thing that I do. Look at me. I've healed my body. I think I've proved I'm a healer now. So I can own that word. Other words, maybe you like don't want to take ownership of, that you're a songwriter. Well, if you're doing it, then you're a songwriter. I'm a yogini. Do I have training as a yogini? No. But I do yoga. If I do it, then I can take ownership of it. I'm a hiker. Look at me. I'm out hiking. I'm doing it. Therefore, I am it. I can like, I don't need to push away the good stuff. I don't need to push away the gifts. I don't need to push away my sense of self to make other people feel comfortable anymore. I don't need to limit myself within the definitions that were shoved on me in those toxic environments. I don't need to stay quiet. I don't need to be demure. I don't need to silence myself. I don't need to dance on eggshells. I do need to dance. We all should dance a little bit. Good movement for that, for exercise. We need to do what we need to do to reclaim our power. Reclaim our power. Instead of being afraid of it. Instead of shielding ourselves from it. And even only recently, I made a video. Woo! I'm going down by the river. I made a video about, send back to sender. Send back to sender. Energies. Because, oh no, dark energy is coming at me. And I feel like I'm kind of like hit a plateau there and danced around there for a little bit. And now I've accelerated up even to another higher level where I'm like, no, I don't need to push anything away. What I need to do is to grow in my own light. Grow in my own light. Be as big as I can be. If I am big, then I don't need to be shielded from anything because I am big and bright. So yesterday morning, in my aliveness, in just being alive, I began to channel the energy that is the sun. And my mantra yesterday and today, and it's going to continue, is, I am as powerful as the sun. I am as powerful as the sun. I am as powerful as the sun. And start channeling. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We can pull in the energies from anything that's around us. I am as grounded as this tree. I am grounded to this earth. I am in flow like this river. I am in flow like this river. So use the energies that are available to us. Let's see if I can sit down. Might be a little cold on my butt, but you won't see the river so much unless I turn my back. Let's go like that. Okay. Sorry. Oh. I am as one with this earth. I'm going to be one with a wet, soggy butt in a bit, but that's okay. That's okay. Even that is a bliss experience. This is a beautiful day. So, in our becoming, what is it that you want to connect with that's going to help you step into your wholeness? Is it water? What are the lessons of water? Well, the lessons of this water, this river, is everything is in transition. Everything is in flow. Now, flow has been really fucking hard for me. People say that in the spiritual community. Just be in flow. Well, flow has felt like a whitewater, raft without the raft for me. It's not been an easy process. So I can come down here and I can learn the lessons of just allowing. I can sit down here and just be in stillness, practicing presence, and ultimately practicing just being alive. Because that is the mission, is to just be alive. Every single day, I'm just going to be alive. That's where I'm no longer striving or having expectation or worrying about whatever's going to come next year or in 10 years or how I'm going to get there. My only job and your only job in this time of debriefing and reprogramming and becoming is to stay alive. And each day, Spirit is going to give us a little bit more to become with. A little bit more. So I don't need to strive to become anything. I just need to be alive. Just need to be alive. That's it. That's all. And in my aliveness, in my daily aliveness, I can use tools like Able to help me get through the day. Otherwise, this void energy is very challenging on the mind that likes to go back to old programming of I need to accomplish this, I need to accomplish that. And so it says, yeah, you did. Look, you accomplished dishes. That's good. You accomplished yoga. That's good. You know? There's a big, huge ice floe just going along. I don't know if you saw that. It's just letting itself be carried, that ice floe. And so what we need to do now is practice letting ourselves become. Letting ourselves be carried in our becoming that is out of our control, and the right people, the right places, the right situations will arrive at the right time according to Divine's will, not our will. Our will is to surrender. I use my will to surrender to the will of the highest high, the divine, creator, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it. I use my will to surrender, to allow myself to become, and I am gentle and loving with myself through this becoming, because Spirit is asking me to do things and experience things that I've never experienced before and is outside of my comfort zone, and I have to cultivate trust. I have to cultivate trust. And the best way to cultivate trust is through grounding practices. Is to trust your body is grounded here on this earth, and you are supported and held by Mother Earth. You are provided everything you need by ways of oxygen and life, and you will become in due time what you need to become. But the becoming process is opposite of doing. It is actually just being. And we're going to be loving with ourselves, like so fucking loving with ourselves in this becoming process as we're challenged to step more and more into our power, our wholeness. You know, driving 2.5 hours is a big task for me. It's a big ask. But on the other side of that trip is a bigger and better life awaiting for me. That's scary. It's scary. Do I deserve that? Do I deserve to be beside a lake? Damn straight I do. Damn fucking straight I do. I'm claiming that too. In my reclamation, I'm claiming that for me to cultivate my bliss requires me to be beside water. That's where my bliss needs. It doesn't need fancy cars and big algorithms and matrices. It needs water. That's what I need to cultivate my bliss. And my bliss is important because the higher my vibrational frequency can be, the better and more powerful I become to magnetize more, right? So this is when we start getting into the law of attraction. And I've always been a little bit of a law of attraction pessimist, I suppose, even though I've studied all of that for decades, because a lot of the key information was missing. And the key information that was missing in the law of attraction was the unbecoming. The process of unbecoming before you can attract in the becoming. And so the law of attraction didn't teach you need to first go through a spiritual awakening and unbecome everything you were for you can manifest in something new, something in alignment that's with your soul. So the more we get into alignment with our soul and do the shadow work and do the healing work and take the time and give us ourselves what we need, the more our manifestation power is actually going to be manifesting in positive experiences instead of more life lessons that are trying to teach us to unbecome, if that makes any sense. So we have to keep learning the same lesson over and over again, as shitty as it is, until we hit our own rock bottom and go, fuck man, I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again. Like, my marriage had to be that bad for me to go, never doing that again. Never doing that again. Nope. So we had to go through that bad so that we could initiate the awakening process, so we could let go of all the things, shadows inside of us that kept manifesting in similar life experiences. Because I was like, Jesus, is everybody on earth a narcissist? I seriously thought that for a long time. And I know that to not be the case, because the more shadow I've cleared out and integrated and loved, the more loving people have become. It's like each time I lose somebody else shows up that's even more loving than the last one before. It's like a constant state of upgrades. It's like, oh wow. So the more work you do, the better things get. So in this becoming process, we keep letting go of the old, and we keep gravitating ourselves to our soul's call and doing the shit we don't want to do. I don't want to be big. It's scary to talk. I don't want people not to like me. I don't want to take that trip. I don't want to leave this relationship. And soul's like, yeah, but when you give it up, there's something better and bigger waiting. It gets replaced with something better and bigger. And I definitely want better and bigger and blissful. I want to know those types of energies. But for me to know those types of energies meant I needed to get rid and unbecome first. So wherever you are in your awakening journey, understand, first there is the unbecoming, the deprogramming, the remembering that you are actually a GEA, God's enforcement agent, down here on earth collecting data so that you can transmute that data and turn it into powerful gifts as a light worker to help illuminate the path to help others out of the same suffering that you experienced. So that's why I do what I do. I don't do what I do because I was like, I want to be a YouTube sensation one day. That's the last thing I wanted. I did not want to make these videos telling my stories. I didn't tell people shit. I did not tell people shit. I put on a smiley face and pretended everything was hunky-dory. That's what I did. I wasn't saying diddly squat about squat. I would tell my immediate friends, yeah, my mom's fucking cuckoo, but I didn't go into details about all my life experiences. I was like, let's have a drink, let's party, let's crack jokes. That's what I did. So I was never like, I want to be on YouTube and tell. Soul pushed me and just kept saying, keep talking. And then more I talked, the more people found me, and they were like, oh my God, it's like you're telling my story. I can talk to you. You understand. Nobody understands. I can't say these things to everyone. Every single client says that to me. I can't say these things to anyone. If I said these things to anyone, they'd think I'm crazy. And I'm like, you can say them to me. You can absolutely say them to me. Why? Because I integrated my crazy. That was one of the first things I integrated, was my crazy. I can remember back in like 2021, just after my twin flame initiation, I thought I was going fucking crazy. Like, why the hell do I have feelings for this stranger? This is so weird. I love somebody and I don't even know if I like them. What? I'm saying that. I'm totally in love with them, but I don't know them, and I don't even think I like them. I don't know. I don't even know who they are. But I love them. Oh my God, my heart. I must be crazy. I was so terrified that I was going to become like, I don't know if you remember this movie from the 80s with Glenn Close. Oh, geez, and I can't even remember the name of it, but there was she boiled a bunny. And in my circle of friends growing up, there was an expression called a bunny boiler. And I'm like, he's going to think I'm a bunny boiler. I'm like, I don't want to do that. No, push bunny boiler self into shadow. And now I'm like, I'm going to just embrace this crazy lady that's in love with a stranger. Because who am I to argue with God? I'm done arguing with God. I've argued with God all of my life, thinking that I could do it better, thinking that my will could somehow control the universe. And that's not what happened. And so God put love in my heart, and I can see the reason for it now. I can totally see the reason for it now. I couldn't then. Seriously, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was going absolutely crazy. And I get it. I get it now. I get divine love now. I don't necessarily like it. I don't necessarily like it, but I get it. It's been a very difficult journey. Oh, beautiful. An osprey now. So I'm kind of rambling a little bit. And my point is, whatever shadowy shit that you got going on, love the fuck out of it. Be crazy. Be delusional. You know, all these judgments that we give to ourselves, I think that I'm just going to get more delusional every single day. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Because really, at the end of the day, I had to transmute the fear of being judged to step into my truth. The fear, lots of fears. Like, oh my God, the fears. The fear of being misunderstood. The fear of talking. The fear of, like, persecution. The fear of being killed for saying the things, my truths. Because, you know, that's in itself, a lot of these fears of death that we have are past life fears. Because the fact was, we were killed. We were persecuted. We were burned at the stake. We were beheaded. We were executed. We were chased down. We were for speaking our truths in different timelines. And so we have those fears still in us. And so every single day, but did I die? Today. But today, did I die? No, I'm actually still alive. Still alive with the cold behind and the sunshine on my face and the beautiful rippling of the water beside me. I am alive, and that's my mission. That's it. Right now, in our becoming, we just need to stay alive. So I need you to make me a promise, no matter what, you're just going to stay alive, okay? That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to prove yourself to me. You don't have to accomplish anything. You don't need to be the prettiest one in the room, the funniest one, the smartest one, the richest one. No, you don't need to do any of those things. We're letting that fall away in the unbecoming, because that's all the old programming, and we're learning to become in the becoming. That's all that it is. We're not finished yet. We just started. Seriously, we just started. This is the beginning of the becoming. The becoming. First we went through the unfucking, and now we're going through the becoming. Becoming. So I welcome you to join me on your becoming, and reach out if you need help on your becoming. And let's all become alive every day and teach our nervous system that I am safe in my aliveness. That's it. I'm safe in my aliveness. And I'm going to use Abel to help me feel safe in my aliveness. teach my body, teach my nervous system that in this moment, right here, right now, there's no tribal warfare, there's no spiritual warfare, there's no, oh my God, anything horrible is happening. In this moment, I am safe. My body is safe here now in my becoming. Peace. Peace in.